11 a.m. and we can start. First of all, thank you for attending this first webinar about Agoras and Agora concept and the onboarding process for the United Alliance, for the University Alliances. And well, first of all, just be advised that this webinar is recorded. That means that if you don't want your picture appearing in the recording, please switch off your video. Otherwise, no problem. And this record, this video will be uploaded into the description of the event in order to be used as a reference for other users that haven't attended today. Okay? And just an introduction, my name is Jesus Alcover. I'm associate professor in the UPC, Universitat Política de Catalunya, and UPC is a member of the Unite Alliance. Okay? And I'm coordinating the AUPA-EU project that is intended to deploy Agoras for university alliances. And today, we are starting this series of webinars. We will try to do it in a weekly basis. And the purpose of these webinars is to explain openly to the different users that are interested in better understanding of the Agoras, how to use it, and so on. Today, because it's the first one, we are focusing on explaining which is the concept of the Agora and the onboarding process for the university alliances that are interested. Okay. Just let me just share my screen, because if you access Parnas, if you can add the link to the Agora support to the chat, in this link you can find different training contents, videos, presentations, and so on. And what I will do is just starting in this 5 minutes. I explain the concept of the Agora, and then I will give the floor to Alba in order to explain this onboarding process and an overall view of the Agoras. And if I click on here, and okay, then just as AUPA project is this is a 5 years project that started at 2023 up to 2027. And in this project that is funded by the European Commission, is the goal is to offer what I would say acceleration services to the university alliances. That means that up to the end of the project, 2027, we are customizing, co-creating with the different alliances, different acceleration services. Now, what we're going to explain is an initial set of basic services that we have developed so far, and we have started to use these accession services with several alliances. By now, the alliances that are on board, there are different levels of matureness, but Unite Alliance, CVs, and EU-Green is one of the 3 most advanced alliances using the Agoras, but we have starting with, sorry if I forgot, but is with UDRES, with Circle EU, with Utopia, with Civica, with Heroes next week, with Universe, with Epicure. Well, sorry if I forgot. More or less about 10 alliances. But and what is the Agora? The Agora, just as a concept, is that it's a digital platform, not only digital platform plus processes, business processes, and the idea is to offer this possibility to accelerate institutions' transformation of the higher education institutions. This is the idea. And we are using a very mature open source platform, a business platform named Odoo, in order to do this. And that means that this Agora, that we are offering Agoras for different university alliances, and the Agoras acts as a hub of research and innovation activities. This is the basic concept. As I mentioned, this is technically we're using an and business platform named Odoo, that's open source. It's an ERP, enterprise resource planning, plus and CRM, customer resource management. That means that there are modules and we are customizing and co-creating new features, new accession services for them. Okay? There are different types of users. Okay? The portal users, the public user, and in the users, if they have to interact with the platform, they have to log in. They use to log, the way to log in is using Edugain. That means that you as a you have you can use your home credentials from your university to access. And apart from this, you have the internal users that are the managers of the different services. Okay? Most of you now will have this internal user. And only just I will go through quickly is we have different modules. It's the contacts modules. We have here a list of directory of people because it's important to know the stakeholders of the alliances. This is a CRM module. In the CRM module, we are managing the different inquiries of the different. For example, in Unite, we are dealing with all the inquiries. We have processed so far 600 inquiries for staff, researchers, academics, and even students. Okay. And we have as well the website module. We can create, we'll say, showcases. The showcases are a kind of mini website with all the services inside in order to showcase, for example, the results of I would say a work package, a community, a CIFA project, whatever. And one of the highlights of the Agoras are the data repository. I would say the metadata repository is when people are working together, they create catalogs of objects, catalogs of student courses, catalogs of training, catalogs of internships, catalogs of projects, catalogs of ideas, even catalogs of people, catalogs of researchers, etc. Okay? And we are managing in a very dynamic way all these kind of catalogs. Okay? And this is the back office view. Back office means the managers of the different catalogs, and there are publicly in the web different types of views, card view, list view, and so on. Okay? And we have examples of extension services. Just I will mention this, and I will give the floor to Alma. Okay? We have a catalog of research infrastructures. This is one of the normally the first service that alliances require. In this case, as well, catalog of TTOs, technical transfer offices. We can manage events, conferences, and workshops. For example, the event of today is managed by this module. We have access to external information, for example, grants or funding. And we have this as well, catalogs of experts. We are working on this because it's a very key aspect from our project, okay? And showcases. And for my side, there are more slides, but I want to stop here and give the floor to Alba in order to explain this onboarding process and general view. By the way, I will activate the Q&A. If you have a question, please interrupt us and ask the question if you consider this is relevant at that point. But if you are or you require I open the Q&A tool here in the Google Meet. If you want to ask a question, and after at the end we have only 1 hour, but at the end we can answer. Otherwise, we can just answer in a, I would say, offline way into the event description. Okay, and thank you. And Alba, if you can share your screen, I will.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this first training session. I see some familiar faces, but I know that many of you are new. So this initial session, it's basically intended to show you the general view of what an Agora is when it's first deployed, how to ask for this deployment, how do we manage this initial configuration, and then how do we proceed with the process of onboarding new users into the platform, and how do we work with all of that. So as Jesus said, if you have any questions, just stop me, because I will not be seeing the chat when I'm sharing, so just unmute. Be aware that it's being recorded, but you can any time ask any questions or ask me to slow down if I'm too fast or any of this sort. Well, my name is Alba and I'm a software developer, and I'm here on this project of AUPA EU developing new modules of the Agoras and in charge of the deployment of them. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen here. Do you see it? Yes? Okay, I guess so. I don't see it, but
Yes.
okay, thank you. So basically, Agoras, when they are deployed, I'm gonna start from the beginning. When someone asks, I'm gonna be talking what do we need in order to deploy this Agora-based instance, and then I'm gonna show what this instance looks like, and then I'm gonna talk about the process of onboarding new users, if that's okay. So initially for us, Agoras are, we have this base instance of an Agora, which has a set of services or modules already configured and started ready in order to test and to work with them. So for us, when a new alliance asks for an Agora, the process that we have now is quite simple, as we can deploy a new instance of this Agora for the alliance, and then from there we start working with the specific needs of the alliance when they want to work on specific services. No, but the beginning here, to show you a little bit what we need in order to try to test or to work with an Agora, it's really simple. We just ask first for a domain or a URL. We have our own domain. It's widening.eu, and then as a subdomain, which would be the name of the alliance. No, it would be, imagine, unite.widening.eu or ugreen.widening.eu. This is the normal process that we have. But we first talk about the URL in order to just deploy this first instance for testing or for analyzing what it looks like in the case of the alliance. Then for us, it's also nice to have the link of the website, the official website of the alliance, so we have a reference in order to configure. Now you will see, but to configure the basic look of the Agora website. And then for us, what's really important at the initial state is to know who is going to be the contact person who's going to lead the Agora deployment. This is important because sometimes the initial contact, it's somebody, but it's not the person who's going to be in managing the day-to-day life of this deployment that it's going to start. So for us, it's important to know who that person is, so that we have this centralized point of contact, because then with the sustainability of the project, it's difficult to handle individual requests without having this person of contact. No, so but this is it, and from this we can deploy an initial state Agora for the alliance, and I'm gonna now show you what it looks like. Here I actually, it's better for me to jump into here. The deployment of this like base instance. So you see here, this is not specific to any alliance in general. It's just, this is how it would look like at the beginning when you start working with the Agora and what you get. This is a website, and it has a set of acceleration services or services configured, which are the ones that you see here on the left. So this can be changed. It can be removed, some can be added, depending to what the Agora would look like. But at the initial state, this is what you get already configured to work with. What's really, this is a set of services that has been considered pretty common in different alliances when it comes to their objectives of what they need to showcase or to include into this platform, which at the end, this platform, what it tried to look for is the collaboration between partners or people of the alliance with different content, which can be these that we see here, courses for students or for PhDs or for even staff, events, organization of events. This can be also displayed. I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to go through a little bit what we see here. There's also the possibility to work with a forum, which topics can be proposed and people can interact with the proposal of these topics. An internships module, which gathers a content, a list of internships, and people can contact or create new internships into this catalog. The Research and Innovation Proposals, which is a collaboration hub between researchers that have topics that they would like to find collaboration for. The Research Infrastructures, really common as well, which is a catalog of research infrastructures. Quite simple, but not that simple, in fact. And then this is a blog that also here the base instance intends to showcase the different modules that can be used for different purposes, and that's why we have them already configured at the beginning. But as I said, this can be modified. So when you click here under acceleration services, you see that there's this same services that I showed before. And if I wanted, I'm going to show you real fast. The Research Infrastructures catalog, here what we see here is a catalog, a list of, in this case there's only one, this is test, but this would be a list of acceleration, the research infrastructures, sorry. And here you could filter by the scientific domain, keywords. I'm going to show you later a state of, more mature state of an Agora, because this one it's empty. But let me now here go into the Research and Innovation Proposals, which this is what I said of a collaboration hub for researchers to find partners. Here, a researcher of the platform, if they log in, I'm going to show you later how to do it, they can create a proposal of a topic that they are working on, and then it would appear here after some validation process that we would have behind. And then from the other perspective, another researcher can find it interesting here and can contact to the specific proposal. When this contact it's a contact form that whenever it's filled, then what it's done automatically, it puts in contact the person who created the proposal with the one who contacted the proposal. So, and then there's this process of maintaining, having control of the conversation, well, the collaboration between these partners of the alliance. And this is all through the system, but for the users' perspective, it would be like a thread of emails that they exchange. But this, we can, I think it's worth having other training sessions to explain each one of these modules in particular. So I'm gonna go just. Here would be the events module.
Alba, there is a question from Kretsu.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read it. Oh, you can. If you can, is it written somewhere? You can unmute.
Okay. There is a hands raised.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. It's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So my question was related to what you were already presenting regarding the research platform. So my question was, if the platform is able, let's say, if one of the researchers has a tag that says, I don't know, circular economy, is the platform able, if you click on the circular economy tag, to show all the other researchers that have the same tag or the same, let's say, interest in a specific category, in order to have a, let's say, a very easy way for a researcher to find other persons that have same interests.
Yes, I don't know if I think I lost a little bit because of the quality of the audio, but if you when there are different ways to have this matchmaking of the collaborations or the researchers. Right now, it's not done automatically that when a new proposal is created, some system looks for other proposals that are similar and then they are put in contact. This is not done this way, but there's this I'm just gonna tell an example, but the possibility is here, that if a topic, because there's here the type of collaboration, for example, I'm going to show you the types that are here. if it's a proposal for external funding, no? If a new proposal is created with this type of collaboration and someone had subscribed to this topic, because the subscription of topics is of tags is possible, or types, then they would receive here. If someone clicked here, they could subscribe to this type of collaboration, and then if a new proposal is created, they would receive an email saying, hey, this proposal of this type of collaboration has been created, it may be of interest to you. This is the kind of way to more enhance collaboration related to specific topics. But other way, it would just be that someone consults into this catalog. I also wanted to show later the homepage of the Agora here, no? What it has this search option here, in which you can find for now I'm gonna look for search because there in the initial stage there are many tests. Well, actually, there's some proposal that it has. Well, for example, quantum, no? If I'm interested in quantum, someone and wants to find in the Agora what is it for me of interest related to quantum, here I would look for quantum, and it would appear that a research and innovation proposal here related to quantum, it's available, and here I could read about it. In this case, it's only a research proposal, but if there was a course that was also related to quantum, it would appear here as well. So So this is another way to see what is in for me in the Agora in terms of collaboration. It may not only be research proposals, but other things, no, or internships or research infrastructures, or all of it related to the topic that I find here would appear on the platform on this first page. This is another way to, when a researcher comes, they can come here, look for the topic that they're interested, and it's searched into all these different data. I don't know if it was too fast to explain this before explaining other things, but maybe I can just real quick jump into the already working Unite platform to show you a more advanced search. But if I am interested in AI in Unite, this is an example, this is what I get. No, I get research infrastructures, this set of it, this research and innovation proposal, which is related to AI, and then these courses from the student catalog. So this is another way to search for the results. I don't know if I answered to the question, but these are the 3 ways of putting or matchmaking the different research things. I heard that somebody else. No, did someone else raise the hand? No questions. No. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Yes, coming back to Alain's question, I did not saw a possibility to search for a particular person who has a specific interest, like a tag, how Alain mentioned. So I saw that there are only some groups or stuff like that, but in regards with finding a particular person who is specialized or interested in quantum physics or something. Is it possible?
Well, in this case, what I think that would match this requirement would be that perhaps Jesus can answer this, but the experts or the people catalog. No, this is something that it's a little bit.
Yes.
This is. Oops.
Yes.
Sorry, Jesus. Go ahead if you want to answer.
No, sorry, because I have issues with my network in Spain. I have a little bit of problems with. The thing is that what you are requesting is more similar to, I would say, an experts catalog. Okay, that means that you are looking for experts, and the metadata associated with these experts allows you to find the right people. The catalog that Alba was shown, it was more proposals oriented. Okay, you are looking for a proposal or a type of proposal, and you find this type of proposal and contact who is behind this proposal. And both of the options can be developed. Yes.
So if you imagine a catalog of experts like the one that I see here, that it's quite empty, and this is mock data, no? But if this catalog which has people had also a big description of what are the expertise of these people, then this would also apply, and then you could filter by tags of specialities between the people. But this is this is something that for now in the other alliances that we have worked, it's not been the focus, because here on the research and innovation proposal, at the end you are finding a researcher. It's true that at the end you don't see here the name of the person who is behind this, but when you contact this proposal, then you both receive an email and you are both put in contact at the end, these two people. But you don't, here on the search, you're not looking for the person itself, you're looking for the topic, and then when you contact the topic, then you are put in contact with the person. No? But then this is what I was talking at the beginning, that it's a matter of configuration. If a catalog of experts is what one of the requirements, then this people catalog, as an example that I have here, could be more shaped into what would be an expert catalog, no? And to find this search there. Yeah. Was this good for you?
Yes.
Okay.
And we will see the recording. Do we have access after the call?
Yes. Yes, you will. And also further discussions can happen after this training, of course. Any inquiries you have, we can talk about it later. Okay, so at the end, with the catalogs of data, this is the one Jesus showed in the presentation at the beginning. It's catalogs of many things can be created, and this is actually something that it's used in many places in the Agora. The events is a little bit different because it has another a little bit more complex or different configuration. Here I'm gonna show you. No, I don't have anyone created here. Well, maybe here in New Green there's one example I'm gonna show you here. Jumping to events. This is the module of events. I'm showing here the EU Green platform, in which you can create events. This is test data that they have introduced here, but they can create an event and make it available for registration. And the same way you registered for this webinar, this session it's been using this module as well. No? So this is something that it's quite complex and quite configurable as well, and of interest for many alliances, so that you know that there's this module available. There's also, well, the blog is actually a normal, regular website blog. It can be used or not for the alliance. Then the course catalog is also quite important for the alliances. When we worked with Unite and with other alliances, they identified the course catalog as many data models, not only one set of fields. So in this case, you start with these 5 different models or data models that describe courses of the alliance. And if I click one of them, here I would see the student courses, filtered by university, by academic cycle, physical, blended. The information, if I click on the information, this is empty. But the example that I showed of Unite, you could see when I showed them on the joint master programs as well. And people can create courses from the interface when they log in. People from the community can create a new course for each one of these topics. But these courses are not for, here on the Agora, are not, it's not a platform that allows like Moodle to enroll a course and to have the material of the course there and all of this control. It's not that, it's more of a dissemination or point of centralize the information that we have in other places, in the websites of the specific universities of each alliance, for example. And here we put this course so that it's displayed here and it can be searched by people in the community of the alliance. And a good example was what I showed from the homepage. No, I'm interested in this course, and then at the end, when I find the course, I can click on the link that sends me to the specific university website that has all the enrollment information, which is particular to each university of the alliance usually. No, or it's a centralized Moodle that the alliance have. And each alliance has a way to manage these courses. The course catalog, though, it's in the Agora. the purpose is this, to disseminate, to have the information here and disseminate given, yes, tags, keywords, topics, I don't know. So many fields can be here, no? And for example, well, all related to forms and contacting and all of this is usually restricted to login. So I'm gonna log in now, so you see what it looks like inside. This is an example. It's asking me to log in using an email and password. So I'm gonna be using that, but usually. I'm going to show it also in new green, so you see you can log in with your institutional credentials. It doesn't require, it's not a specific user and password that it's from the Agora. Now I can see the form. No, the form was not available because I was not logged in, but forms on the Agora are also quite powerful because they can, the website module that I will show maybe in another training allows you to modify these forms and create the types of fields that you require for a specific thing. And then these forms to control the inquiries from a specific form to a specific set of users that are managing these requests. So this, as it is based on a CRM, which is a customer relationship management system, it allows this this separation of inquiries management between different people and of the community, and it's quite complex and quite advanced, which is nice as well. Okay, so I think I heard someone. Yes, Frederic, go ahead. You are muted. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I found out about Agora last Friday, and we checked it out in depth with the colleagues in my alliance, For Them Alliance. And I want one question in the question section about multilingualism, because I was very impressed by the Unite multilingual feature, where you can not only translate the labels but also the contents, because we checked it out. And so my question was, is it part of Odoo native, or are you using what workflow do you use to make this translation actually?
For this, you mean, no? This translation?
Yeah. Because you can. No. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. This is not. It's not from Odoo particularly. Odoo has a translation module. It does, but it requires specific translation, or manually this translation of the content, and it's quite complex. So this is something that we added on top of it. So it's one of the things, but it can be configured with any language that it requires. So if it needs to be the languages from the Alliance, it can be configured this way, or from the languages of Europe, or whatever that it's needed. No, but this is something that we added on top of it, and so it translates the content that we see on the page.
So what are you using for a translation?
It's an open source translation module that we have developed and we have running in one of our servers, and we use that. So it can be. We are not limited in terms of usage, or it's not like a payable API, but it's a module that we have developed and we have running in one of our servers.
Awesome.
But it's being consumed by that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. All right. So now, just to show you the login with EduGain, so that you know how it's done whenever you have to log in, because now I logged in with the email and password, and I want you to show you here. So when you log in using the institution method, here you can find this search it pops here, and you can find you can look for your university. No, in this case I'm from UPC, so if I look for UPC, see this the Universidad Politécnica de Catalunya, and if I click, what it opens is the university the university login, so that you can log in your credentials, and this user is created in the Agora by using these credentials. So if you then require specific access to what I'm going to show now, which is the management of the specific modules and all of that, then specific access needs to be granted. No, typically users from the community are going to be able to log in, but they will just see the website view, no, and they will be able to interact with the contacting forms, the contacting research material, but they are not going to have access to the internal tool that builds all of this. So Odoo has this back office which allows you to have control of this material. And I'm going to show you now what it looks like. As you see here on the top left, I see this triangle, that now it's this. And if I see this because I'm an internal user, so if I click here and I go under discuss, for example, you're going to see what it looks like. Here, I'm going to load again because okay. So if I click again on the left button, I see that these, which are the set of applications modules that are available for me, in this case, in this Agora. No? By default, each user has access to only the 4 basic modules, which are the discuss, it's like Slack, if you know, it's like a messaging platform between users, but the users that are internal as well, no? That users that have access to this part of the platform. Then there's the calendar, which is, well, it's a calendar also for internal users, but that could eventually even have the meetings to be scheduled, similar like Google Meet and Google. The calendar, like others that we have seen, this is also here available. And then there's the contacts, which the contacts is the module that has the people of the alliance that has either registered or not, or in this case, as you see here, that are also, this is other than us, it's all fake data, but you see here that universities. So at the end, we have here, what this is a catalog of organizations and people that belong to a specific organization, and then relations between these entities or partners can be created and generated with this module. This is also defaultly available. And then also the website module. So the website is also available by all for all, and this is the look that we saw before. So the rest that you see here, I'm not gonna go into detail now with all of them, but this internet for me, it's a little bit slow, but it allows me to have access to the management of the different modules. As you see here, research infrastructures. Well, if I click here, what I see is the list of the research infrastructures that have been created, and that if I modify from here any of the information from this research infrastructure on the website, it's also translated. No. And this is the place where I can manage these resources of the specific catalog. And if it's validated from here, it will show on the website. If it's not validated, it will not show on the website. But again, specific information of the catalogs, processes, I'm gonna talk another day. But here, research innovation proposals, we see the ones that we saw before. Remember the quantum one? So if I changed here any of information, it would be translated on the website. The events are the same, as I did not have any event created, but they could be created from here on this end. And other things, surveys as well, no? Surveys for getting feedback from users for a specific resource. It can be created from here, and then it just creates a link with a set of questions, like similar to Google Forms or any other that we have seen, and it gathers all the information here, which is quite nice as well. And there are many other modules that are worth much more time to explain, but this is something that it's quite interesting. So how do we give access to you when a new Agora is created, as we saw. How do we give access to specific user to test or to work with specific modules? This is something that, as it's per module and by user, can be a little bit hard to manage. But we have together, we started with EU Green to start with this process of onboarding users, and it's worked quite well, and we are working with other alliances with this process as well. And I'm going to show you now so that you see that it's quite agile. So I'm going to go back into the presentation. What we do whenever we deploy a new Agora, or even before deploying, while we are configuring at the beginning, is we send a template, an Excel template of the with information of the available modules that people can request access from. And this is the ones, some of the ones that I showed now. The contact, the discussion, the calendar, the website, the edition of the website, which is quite modular, and from the interface you can manage the content of the website really easy, and you can manage it yourselves. The blogs, the events, the survey, the research infrastructures, the courses, the project, the CRM. There's this list together with the description of each of the modules. And then we ask the alliance to create test groups or test teams or groups of people that are requesting access to this a set of modules from this list. And I'm going to show you now what this template looks like. In this example, it's a test team that it's led by me, and it has these work packages involved. This is a terminology that may not apply for other alliances, but the universities that are involved. The description of my testing or my work into the Agora, here a short description, and then the list of people that are going to be part of this test team, and we all want to have the same access to the same modules. For us and for you, it's nice to have this streamlined this way, because we have then a description not only by user to which they have access to what, but for the specific usage general of groups of people that are testing a specific tool. And in this case, they select the modules from the list that I showed before that they want to have access to. And then this is sent to us, and we have this centralized space where we have all this information from the people, the access that they need, and then we configure it or translate it into the platform of the Agora. And then whenever, what happens then is that we send an onboarding email notifying the members of this sales team all together, saying, hey, you have access to these modules already. Just by logging in with using your institution credentials, we had already previously created your users, so you should have access to this internal tool and see these modules that you can start testing. And this is the process that we are using now in order to ask access to specific things. It's no problem, and actually it's good that if in different stages of the testing or the working with the Agoras, new Excels are coming and people are members of the different test teams and end up having more access to different modules. But so this sheet can be sent as many times as possible as needed, and requesting access at any moment given. It's the way to that we are using now to grant access to users into using this platform. So I wanted to tell this, and this onboarding email, I sent documentation for how to use each of the modules, and then people can already start testing. So yes, I wanted to say that each one of the instances of the Agoras are isolated, are different in Odoo instances and have different data. So when we deploy a new one for a new alliance, depending on how we talk and specify with the alliance, but it usually, if it starts with the testing stage, which is the normal thing, it's okay if the data there, it's all test data, and then we can, if you wish, restore the old version of the or the initial version of the Agora after some testing, and then from there you start working on some more real case scenario. But we have backups of the state of the Agora from the 2 weeks before. We keep a daily backup, and then from before it's done, I believe, weekly. So restoring of backups can happen, and for testing stages it's usual, and it's something that it happens as well. But as it's an isolated instance, it should be no problem. So yes, onboarding a new alliance would work this way, no? The end for us to deploy it initially, it's quite simple, and then to give specific access to users would be through this through this sheet. And then if specific training is required, then we can schedule other sessions. Now with these weekly meetings that we intend to do as the one of today are going to be dedicated to talk about specific modules, which may be beneficial for all of the ones that want to test them. I don't know if I should go into more detail with something else of the platform, or we should go from some more questions.
I see Slavko.
Yes.
Hi everyone. We are from Circle Alliances, and we just started testing the Agora, and testing I tried to course catalog to add some records, and the record is in the backend, but I cannot publish it. When I click on the validate, and after that there is the icon, which I believe is publish, similar like uploading something on the top left corner. The message I got is access error. You're not allowed to create ongoing mails records. The version is allowed for the and so on.
Okay. Yes, this is I have this issue identified, but I thought it was resolved already. But I have to go to your Agora and solve it. But thank you for notifying. I will, after the meeting, I will go and fix that, so that you will be able to create it. When validating, it should not appear this error. But yeah. So I'm sorry about that, because it was an issue that appeared in the past. But
okay, thank you. And also on your presentation, I saw that you have a module in the backend, settings.
Yes.
I cannot see this kind of module. Is it somewhere extra permissions, or with these settings, can we do something more in visual identity and visual styling and whatever?
Yes, this module is it's internal for us, and it has some more advanced Odoo configuration but it's more of it allows more low base code, even control from the interface, because Odoo allows a lot of things to be managed. But we have the approach to, while we are hosting these, to just restrict access to this part, because it could break some of the modules that we have configured. But it's true that something that there's like a middle way into configuration or giving access, which is an option that you manager of the alliance could have access to the users list, the users that and give access to users to specific modules even themselves, because now we are controlling the user that granting access to specific modules. We are doing it for you at these universities, but it could be migrated to you, and then you would see the settings up, and then from there you could manage this user access control. But yes, initially it's kept for our configuration on our.
Okay, understand. But with current modules for us and permissions we have, can we change the metadata
of the catalogs?
Yes,
Yes.
and Catalyst and other modules. So okay.
Yes, you could, exactly. This is how you could do it, and this is more. It is more advanced. It requires more advanced training, but there is this module that we created, which is not from the settings, but it's from another place that we have created, which allows this modification of the fields. And we will provide training of this because it's more complex. Because modifying the module of metadata, it requires a restart of the platform, and so this we will provide more advanced. It's more advanced training, but yes, you will be able to do that, or ask us to do it. Both things are possible.
Okay. Also, the last question, you provided us the link with the link to Odoo documentations. It's quite complex and covers many other things. Do you have, or are you planning to have some kind of user guides and documentation for Agora specific for Alliance?
Yes, I mean the Agora support link that we provided. This it has it has a catalog of training resources, but perhaps it should more a guide or a document of this initial configuration should be provided also. This initial stage. At the moment, it's the email that I send, but maybe it's quite generic, and then it should be more specific, to specific actions. We are working on this training documentation still. So as a project is in this stage, it's still working, but we trying to generate this documentation. If you find the need of any guide for any specific thing, we will generate it, and we will be beneficial for other alliances as well. So just request, hey, it would be nice to have a guide of this, and we will work on this in order to generate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, no problem. Frederick.
Yeah, it's a similar question. Thank you, then Andreas and Slavko, about can we bring our own template, Odoo branding design, and I would say, can we bring our own data? Can we get like low-level access to the database, for instance? Or there is also this personal data question. Do you have like predefined data agreements? Because I think it's super flexible and powerful what you are building, but there is also this this question of all these interactions between our communities. What is like the legislation? So question is twofold. Can we bring our own design data from REST API or whatever, and can we get out also some stuff from the system?
Yes. So for API or data synchronization, I would say we do have there are different levels. No, there are levels of creating manually from the interface. Then there's the import-export through like CSV or Excel, which it's also can do by non-technical people. And then there's the API, which is we have generated for working with the catalogs data. So catalogs from data from research infrastructures, if when any of the catalogs can be used, fetched, synchronized by your systems with our API. So the approach with some APIs we have configured from our end, from the Odoo perspective, to develop a cron that every night synchronizes the information. But the approach we are going for now is that the API that we have available for that each one of this, for example, of the universities, if they have different systems, they talk to our API. And in this way, there are different ways of doing it, but it's possible. For the designs, for the Odoo website edition, you can have control of many things of the design, and you can do that. But for specifying and creating a specific Odoo template that has this basic configuration from scratch, this is something that we haven't explored yet. So, I mean, you will have access to the website edition, and from the interface, you can modify the things that you require, for sure. But from lower end, to have this template from Odoo, if you have the knowledge of this, to create this template and provide it to us, we can explore this together with your inlines, but we haven't done it so far.
Okay, and for GDPR data agreements for using in production via Agora, do you have like a link to document? Or, yeah.
Yes, actually, Jesus, this maybe you can give answer, but we do have this legal.
Yes. Yes. Let me explain. What we have done. Yes, what we have done so far is we have created, because it was we have taken more than 1 year to do this. We have created an Agora users agreement that we require the different, I would say, alliances, but as most of them are not legal entities, it means that they have to, the different partners of the alliances should sign an Agora users agreement. Users in this case is the partners, the universities, the higher education institutions, and with UPC on behalf of the AUPA project. And it is a basic user agreement. And apart from this, we have the terms and conditions and privacy policy that we have in the updated and uploaded into the different Agoras. And the idea is that we have a unique users agreement that has to be signed. In fact, so far, I think about 15, 16 universities have already signed this agreement. And the terms and conditions and policy, a privacy policy that is uploaded and can be updated. And means that if you find something that has to be, that will be fixed in the terms and conditions and privacy policy, we can agree. But the idea is to have the same terms and conditions and privacy policy for all the alliances. Because remember that our idea is to offer, there are more than 60 alliances currently in place. I would not say that all the alliances will use Agoras, but if an important number of alliances use Agora, we have to, I would say, make it accessible. And this is the idea.
Perhaps.
Jesus, can you send us the draft of the agreement for verification?
Yes, I will.
Legal team.
I will send this, because we are working in parallel. It was reviewed, the last version of the privacy policy was reviewed by our DPO last week, because we received some comments. That means that we are in this dynamic way of receiving. Remember that we have alliances from all over Europe with different, I would say that GDPR, yes, but apart from GDPR, different countries have different specificities, and we have to deal with all of this. But yes, we will send you the agreement, the instructions to sign the agreement, and the current version of the privacy policy and terms and conditions. And there's the last comment that I want to send you is that what we have shown to you now is not I would say, a list of services that you have to use as is. It's just the result of a co-creation with other alliances or with other people like you. That means that if you think, you consider that there is a new acceleration service, a new service that we haven't seen so far in the Odoo, within the budget of the project, remember, this free of charge up to the end of the project, that is 2027. Okay, after that, we have to think about the exploitation plan. That basically will be a maintenance fee of the platform, and so it's a classical, I would say, open source approach. The idea is that if you find something that is not already implemented, go ahead, ask us. For example, we are working on dashboard of gender equality plans. We are working with the quality management advisory board, different group of people, and they are requesting new things, and we are analyzing and co-creating. And the result of this will be for the benefit of all the alliances, not for you only. That is that if it's useful for you, for sure will be useful for other alliances. Okay, that means that we will offer this to other alliances in case they require or they want to test it and use it. Okay. This is basically the approach of the project. Okay. Well, there is 1 minute left. If there is no further question, yes, no, yes, is just. Is Rafko? Yes.
To use the last minute, what is the plan for the next session of training? Is it next week this time?
Oh yes.
Yes, next Thursday. We are working. Yes.
So it will be now. It will be moved to Thursdays because of our internal management. It's better. So we have I believe, Farnas, the event is already created. You can send the link here, and it will be working the same way. So it will be, I believe, 11:30, same, and on Thursday. So now Farnas perhaps can send the link, and you can register as well. And we will get into more detail of specific modules and how to configure them. Is it
Yes.
possible for us? If not, after the meeting, we can send it as well.
No, because we haven't okay. Yes, in events, and we have to publish the new. And if you have a specific need, yes. Go ahead, sorry.
Here I send a link of events. All the events will be here, so you can check the events and register. The next week is not published yet. Very soon after this meeting, I will publish the next event. But anyway, this is the link that you can check all the events for the future weeks as well. We will add it very soon.
The recording as well will be there on the event days. The recording day will be there. If you check it, the meeting recording will be there available. And yes, and perhaps all the attendees of today we can also send an invitation to this event whenever it's published. Yeah. Okay. Is there any other question? No, I think that's
there is no further questions. Thank you very much for attending the webinar, and please, you are invited to continue with us and work together. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.